YouTube, it's Friday. Not a huge video, just something to stay in touch. Just treated. I'm really too poor to go to the doctor or the dentist if I can avoid it. So I'm trying to fix a tooth that really should be pulled or capped. And so I'm just hanging out, and this is a picture of some of my family. I've got a bunch of pictures of me. There's my mom. I'll show you who they are. That's me. I guess Emily was about 2, so that was taken in around 94, 95. I was a wholly different person. The internet has really changed everything. Had this old-fashioned TV. I had a bunch of guitars and stuff, and loudspeaker equipment, and maybe my brother had given me his old Mac, which we didn't have an internet connection for, but something my daughter could practice on. And, like, I'm sure it could be, more like 96, 97. I'm having to speak carefully because I'm waiting for stuff to harden inside my mouth. That's my mom. I actually think you can see sort of a spacey look about her. This was when she was well, and apparently I was a very fun-loving person. And but I think maybe there might have been some sort of look about her that, to a knowing eye, would see that she might be susceptible to a mental illness. This is my aunt that shot herself. Family's got a great history, guys. She was a writer for a while. Married my uncle, oldest uncle, and she shot herself at the age of 36. Was an author of a book, sort of like a hippie before hippies were, or a beatnik. I'd been married to a very conservative guy, so that must have been frustrating for her once she realized the gulf that sort of occurred. There's my mom again. I say that is the look that I've come to view of a person susceptible to mental illness at some point in her life. Just has that look about her. That's me on the right. That's my brother, the great physicist, high school teacher, physicist, math. Tried to write a book called The Triangle Book, and I don't know, I was approached a year or two ago to if I supported people trying to finish that book for him, and I said, yeah, but don't forget me when it comes. I get all my brother's proceeds of what he would be entitled to. And I really haven't heard from him since, so I don't know anything more. There's a picture of my daughter at the ripe young age of 1, I guess, or 6 months. Very cute little girl. I really liked to dress her up back then. Not to say that that's unbelievably dressed up, but this is a picture I got off the internet, which I always thought was a really cute picture of some white girls. The only thing I got to say is I'm discovering Twin Peaks this weekend. I've probably done a marathon on Twin Peaks. I started watching the new version, 2017, and it's really hard to follow. So I decided, okay, I went through it. It was okay, really unusual. So I decided to watch the original series, which is, I've been through the first 10 episodes. It's really good. David Lynch. My favorite director, I guess I'd have to say. Oliver Stone was my favorite director for a while. And, I really like David Lynch. But he can come up with some really weird shit that I can't relate to. But a lot of the really weird shit other people can't relate to, I think is totally great. Like Mulholland Drive, totally great. I probably watched it 10 times, and I had to watch it 3 to begin to understand the movie, to where I could then get other people's opinions on it and learn a lot more, and then rewatch it another 5 or 6 times. So I watched it so much I don't tend to rewatch it anymore. Someone made a comment on my underneath my homepage article and about my race theory and the slave race and the rich race, and he said I had some good ideas, but it prompted me to give it a serious response. And it was such a long comment, I decided to make an article out of his original statement and of my response. As I did up the article, I sort of re-edited my statements to make them as clear as possible. I'm telling you my current views. I've sort of, I know I've been up and down lately, but I'm really wondering why, if I should keep doing what I'm doing, having my website and being so Jew-wise and talking about the Jews so upfront. Because nobody in any numbers high enough to consider worthwhile is really gathering the information and doing anything with it. And I've heard other people end up with similar results and just sort of give up on it. And I have to say that I'm considering it. When I get depressed and think about where it's going, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. And if we really do get a heavy police state, I may be in for an early arrest if I do get off now. Because I see people moving deck chairs, and that's one of the main statements of this article that I just put out. I see people moving deck chairs. I don't see anybody looking for the leak. I see people giving lip service to looking for the leak, but when you see what they're doing day to day and what they're focusing on, it's moving deck chairs. And that's all I see. And I haven't seen it get a whole lot better. If anything, gotten worse with the rise of the fake neo-Nazi Richard Spencer movement, which is very heavily controlled in my opinion. So this is just a little video to say hi and tell you what's on my mind as of today, but nothing I would do would be done, just all of a sudden. I'm not like Brandon Martinez and just disappear on you. I'll let you know if I'm heading in that direction, but it is a possibility. Just something in the air that I'm going to noodle for probably a year or so, and keep you up to date on as I get new thoughts on the matter. So y'all take care and enjoy the weekend.